More updates for the Transformers Cybertron games. War for Cybertron, Fall for Cybertron. You guys know the gist, all right? And this time we've got the Sony leak, all right? This is going to be a PSA video because, oh my god, I have seen this going everywhere for the past few weeks. For some reason, I'm sure you guys have all seen by now. I'm a tad late to it, but you know, it's whatever. The Sony leak, right? The website Sony leak, right? The store leak, whatever everyone's like hyping up about, right? Everyone's gaslighting. This is just pure misinformation, so we're going to get straight to it. What you've been seeing all over Twitter, all over everywhere else, whoever else has covered this, is as simple as fact that this is just nothing. This is a massive nothing bug, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say, but this is no actual update for the games. Them being put back on the store as like being announced and stuff like that and being able to wish list, right? This is just like a nothing burger, basically. This has happened, maybe it's on screen, this has happened for so many other games. Just an absolute shit ton of them at this point. And this is like really nothing new. This, even if you discount like all of these games like coming back on it, which is just a massive red flag, it's like this always happens with the Sony store anyway. I mean, Sony leaks 101 at this point, like just a bunch of nothing burgers come out of it, you know what I mean? But like I just wanted to clear it up because I've been seeing this everywhere and I'm like, oh my god, not this again. Not this again. Like I know it's been disappointing, right? We didn't get anything for Activate, we didn't get anything for the Cybertron games update, nothing at TGA. Right, but this is not it. This is not it, champs. I'm sorry to say, it's very unfortunate, but this entire like Sony leak is just like misinformation that people have been spreading around. It's just pure like clout chasing, like trying to farm off the older games, like just being dead ass with you. It's a complete nothing burger. A bunch of people started retracting this like whole garbage that they were spreading, like, oh, Cybertron games coming back again. They're like farming for attention, and then boom, they ran it back like what, within like a few days or whatever. After people start calling them out, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it literally could have just done like 5 minutes of research because anyone knows that this store stuff, this has happened in the past with Sony before. Like, again, this is nothing new. If you guys are like Sony ponies, you know, we Sony fans around here, you know, I was a Sony fan. It is what it is, PlayStation gang, but like, it is what it is. We have to accept that this kind of stuff happens. And we've just got to make sure it doesn't get misconstrued, right? We can't be having people think, oh, look, Sony store listings, coming back, games returning, blah, blah. It is what it is. We've got to keep the community in check. I know it's been disappointing, and I know we want to grasp onto anything we can at this point. But I mean, it is what it is. It is just very unfortunate that we got absolutely no news. I mean, need more be said at this point. Just massive fumbling on Hasbro's part. I think Hasbro is just the main like fumble at this point. It's like, this is ironic, right? Considering if you guys have seen the updates for like Hasbro and themselves, and they're like, oh, we're leaning towards our games division and stuff like that. That's what they want to turn it into going into like their future, right? And the prospects for their like business. And then there's just absolutely like fucking no communication on Hasbro's side. Well done, guys. Well done. You want to move your entire like company base more into the game side and digital products. Yet you don't want to communicate anything, right? Their G.I. Joe game that they're like internally, like their internal game studio, that Wizard Coast thing, that's just going to shit. Reactivate is absolutely going to shit. And then on top of that, the Cybertron games is now like seemingly going to shit as well because no updates. Thanks, guys. Well done. No updates. Appreciate it. We all are so thankful for the loyal communication and great marketing you guys do over there for everything from the movies to the games. Well done. It's like, I know, man. I know nothing at Game Awards. It was real disappointing for you guys. I know, and maybe you guys are just as disappointed as I am. Maybe some people thought, you know, they weren't going to be there. But like, honestly, at this point, it really just feels like they're just ghosting us, just to like fuck with us at this point. It's like, why not just tell? It is as simple as making a simple tweet, you know what I mean? Like, there's all of 5 seconds, right? There's like dead ass no excuse for what they're doing, because it's not like there's just no reason for it. There's no like logical reason for them to just like completely ghost out, right? They could literally just make a simple like 5-second statement, boom, quash everything, and then everyone would be like, everyone would go back to just waiting and chilling. Right, we can accept that, we can do that, but it's the uncertainty, like, nobody likes that, bro. Nobody likes that, because then it just leads to gaslighting and everything else, and then we've got, like, these stupid, like, Sony leaks that now people are trying to propagate and use that as a springboard to farm out, like, clicks and interactions. Meanwhile, it's just a fat load of lies, and then they just run it back with no consequences. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, no Reactivate, no Cybertron games. It's like, yeah, TGA was really disappointing. Though, to be honest, like, I people are going to ask, it's like, okay, well, what's happening with the games then? Are these actually coming through, or is this just going to be like another yearly, is this going to be like another Reactivate situation where it's going to be another yearly cope and gaslighting to, oh guys, it's coming this year, this time, I swear, like, you know what I mean? honestly, I do think they are coming back. There's been just like, there's been so much around them, and realistically, it's just not that hard. Okay, let's just be realistic, all right? I know like many people aren't game devs or whatever, but like they have the files. They said they had the files, so they have the game. It is literally just as simple. Okay, maybe at least for PC, it is as simple as just bringing them back on store and just issuing new keys, right? It is as simple as that. New deal, blah, blah. That is literally all it takes, right? Literally all it takes. It's not that hard. It's not like they're like remaking the games from scratch, right? Unless that is what they're doing. Okay, if that is what they were doing, I will eat my words, right? Because that is a bigger undertaking. I think we can all agree it's going to take like maybe a good year or two if they're fully remaking them from scratch and they're doing it on like an updated engine or something, like maybe UE5 or whatever. If they're going to that extent, you know, maybe they're adding in like better security, because remember these old games used to run on like, I mean, need more be said, old game security. Oh, well, we've seen what happened with Call of Duty and stuff like that over time. All those old games, it's like, yeah. I mean, it's just really disappointing, honestly. It's like, why can't they just speak on it? Why can't they just issue it? It's like, we get it from everywhere but them. And then it's just leading to this kind of stuff where, like, I've just seen people propagating the Sony leak, and I'm like, oh, not again, bro. Not again. How many times we got to go through this? Like, you know what I mean? But honestly, going into 2025, I do expect to hear news. I definitely don't expect it to be silent. As much as, like, maybe, like, track record would lean us towards them just being, like, silent ghosting at this point. I expect something out of 2025. Because at the very least, surely to God, like, something would have happened. And that, again, unless it's the remasters or whatever. But at that point, if the remasters are getting done, and they've had a few years already, you'd expect that, like, the games aren't massive, right? Like, the campaigns are like 70 hours or something, right? There's not an insane amount of assets. There's not an insane amount of work to, like, do. You know, it's not like we're remastering GTA or something. GTA 5 coming out before Cybertron games, but, like, you know what I mean? It's like, unless it is a remaster, I can't see them, like, waiting another year. This is kind of similar to the Reactivate situation. I'll cover that in probably a separate video, because you guys just came here for Cybertron stuff, but, like, there's like no updates, but I am optimistic. I'm looking forward to 2025, honestly, because I think we are going to get stuff that year. I think there's just no way, like, yeah, we got done dirty this year. I think that's safe to say. But genuinely, I am optimistic for, like, just, like, there's just got to be something at this point, you know what I mean? There's got to be something. It kind of, like, they've ghosted us. They haven't said anything for 2024. There's no way they let the entirety of 2025 go by and say absolutely nothing. Because surely to God, it doesn't take them that long. And again, at that point, it's like, they're really just, like, shitting on the community if they just want to, like, ghost for years and years and years on end. Especially since we know they have it all done. It can't be taken much. Like, the only thing I could see thinking is, like, yeah, again, is either remasters, which I don't really think is happening, to be honest. I don't know why they wouldn't just reinstate the games. Right, because Xbox should work without too much work, right? Because they've got their full, like, compatibility, like, backlog thing, whatever, like, their backwards compatibility. That works fairly well from my technical knowledge, because the architecture is quite similar across Xbox's, like, lineup, right, their console generations. Where Sony, I think it only goes back to PS3, if I'm correct. I don't think it goes beyond that. Maybe you can correct me in the comments below. It's been a while. I don't know the full technical, like, knowledge behind it. But I'm pretty sure that has something to do with its architecture changing and it just being a lot harder to, like, convert. Maybe it's not harder. Maybe they just don't want to put in the work. And, like, maybe it's too much, like, effort to get that stuff working. I'm not sure. I don't really know. I'm not a dev for Sony's backwards compatibility, like department. I mean, yeah, honestly, Cybertron games news. Hopefully we get something in 2025. It'd be really nice if we got something for the end of the year. But at this point, it's we're cutting it close, boys. We got like a week and a half left at this point. So we're basically cooked at this point. I know. The same as Reactivate, boys. We're just Mondo cooked at this point. We got absolutely fuck all. We got egoed. Rest in peace. I don't know what to say at this point. That's me. Peace.